Hey everybody, it's Brad.
And I'm Christa.
With the Big Family Homestead. And let me tell you what, people. 5.5 years. 5.5 years of being a good customer. And it's just not enough anymore.
We have a new cookbook coming out very soon. We just finished editing it.
I took a picture.
You did. The picture is awesome. Well, you did more than that. You helped type up recipes.
I just meant like just that. I wasn't meaning like that's all I did.
Oh, okay. Well,
I did many more, much more things.
Many more moose and...
More moon and things. But, and the tractor, and oh my gosh. My rant today, I'm certainly hoping that the people that we're dealing with in this rant will listen, because Brad was frowny face, still not happy, but at least you feel better after you squawk about it a little. You know what? Here, just watch this. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, the continuing saga of us trying to get the right equipment properly working goes on. Howard and Becky are on their way, and they are gonna help us tweak what's going on here with this tractor, because my buddy, my dairyman Mark, he came over and was tweaking on it last night, and it was running fine. Go to start it up today, and well, check this out.
Nothing happens.
Well, that's disconcerting.
We're off to a good start.
Uh-oh. Is it engaged all the way to the right? There's 2 clicks on that ignition switch. Yep, that's it. Nope, and that's not it.
That battery or connect.
Alrighty, guys, we are here with Howard and Becky's niece and nephew, great niece and nephew?
Yep.
And they live in the Dakotas, and I just asked them to describe what it's like to live in the Dakotas, and she started to go, and I was like, no, we gotta film this.
I drive 30 miles to get to school and work one way.
If you drive out and you're on a gravel road, you can see for at least 10 miles if it's not windy. And
really?
if there's no dust, you can see for about 10 miles.
Is it like flat?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You can watch your dog run away for weeks.
Better throw that stick a long way. Come on, bring it back. So, all right, tell me about the winters.
Cold.
Very cold. Last year, our temperature was averaging negative 30 degrees.
Averaging, how long?
Averaging for about 2 weeks. We got below negative 50, but we still had to go to school.
Negative 50.
They try not to cancel school.
No matter what.
They just make it to where if you live out of town, you don't have to show up for the day.
You know, it was a funny thing. It was a funny shock when we moved here that kids were driving their tractors and snowmobiles to school.
Mm-hmm. We had that this year.
We do that a lot.
Really?
Uh-huh.
That would kind of make it a lot more fun.
Not really, because it's kind of illegal.
What?
Driving them in town.
Actually, you know what's funny is here you're allowed to.
Yeah, over there you're not.
No. Well, thank you guys for coming by, and we wish you many, many warmer winters. So what was it like in North Dakota?
Well, it was kind of backwoods when I was a kid up there.
Yeah?
I can think of one family that lived on a farm, and towards the evening, the old woman, she went out to go get the milk cows, and she never come home. So her husband and her son, they thought, well, it's getting dark now, we'll have to look for her tomorrow. And so next morning, she weren't home yet, so they went, and sure enough, they found her just laying on her back under the barbed wire fence. She had got tangled up in the fence, so she just went to sleep.
Well, wait a minute, hold on a second. This is not computing. She didn't come home, and nobody was alarmed.
Right. What could happen?
Yeah, what possibly?
Yeah.
Oh, Howard, this is not how normal humans react.
This is a true story. It is.
Well, that guy needs a serious talking to, because he needs to learn etiquette and how to treat a woman.
So
I don't know, Becky, what do you think about this nonsense? Do you think this is not approved?
Well, that would have been what, in the 1940s?
It still doesn't matter. You treat your woman right.
No, it'd be in the 50s.
In the 50s?
50s or 60s, yeah.
That's a quick way to get a divorce here. Well,
So
there you
anyway,
go.
they got her untangled, and they found the cows and got them home, and of course the cows didn't get milked. That was the worst part.
That's the worst part? Howard, we got to work, dude. We got to talk. Okay, we're done here. Okay, so there you have it. The mystery continues. We're going to try to track down, maybe it's electrical. We're going to get this battery on a charger and hopefully track this down, because right now we've got a reprieve in the time that we're going to need to actually be haying, because it's still wet and it's going to be raining, so we couldn't be really doing it anyway. But I thought you might want to see the relatives of Howard and Becky, and Howard's always got something colorful to say, so thank you guys, and well, we'll keep after it. What you working on, Mama?
I'm working on our second cookbook.
The cookbook?
The cookbook.
That one we put all those recipes on a few weeks ago?
Yes, finally. Yes, it's, I'm editing, which is not my favorite thing to do.
Well, there's going to be like 100 and how many recipes in this new one?
At least 150.
And these are the ones that we forgot were still our favorites, but needed to be in there.
Yeah. Well, and since we wrote the other cookbook, we found new ones that we really, really like, so.
Yep, and well
not found, but found and altered to our liking, and really enjoyed them.
or change them into natural ingredients.
Yes. Yeah,
Well-
because I don't like using boxed or canned stuff, so.
And there's a big reason why we're doing this second cookbook. Not only are they our favorites,
We are trying to raise money to buy our house.
we need money for a down payment. And so if you people out there want to eat food and you like recipes, we have recipes for you.
Lots and lots of recipes.
But not yet, soon.
Not yet, very
Here,
soon.
here's a
I'm
tip.
about halfway done editing.
What are you working on right there?
Grilled pork tenderloin steaks.
That was mine.
I know it was.
That was my recipe.
It totally is.
It's ridiculous.
I know, it is ridiculous.
And if you don't like
It's
pork
so
because of your
delicious.
convictions, change it to chicken. It'll
Yeah,
still be
use
delightful.
chicken or steak. But it's this marinade that is, no, you can't see, you have to buy.
No.
You have to buy the recipe.
No, I'll show them. Show them. Show them the red. Oh, yeah. So, yes. Anyway.
So good.
Keep an eye out for it. It'll be coming out in the next few weeks. So, here's the scoop. Howard came over, and we couldn't figure out the electrical system issue. So, the solution was get it on the battery charger, and we're going to try and run it down. He's thinking it might be a short. I actually kind of secretly, I think that it honestly might have been just the switch got left on the ignition. But let's figure that out. Battery time. So here is our patient, and let's check this out. All right, it says 13.4, kind of hard to see on the screen there, but 13.4, that should do it. Let's try this joker out. Well, moment of truth. Let's see. Looks like we might be ready for a bigger test, something with a little bit more load, a little more kick. All right, Mama, so your land of happy, happy, joy, joy.
Yes.
We got all this going on now.
Yes.
The people out there probably know we homeschool.
Yes.
I would say generally.
We
But
do.
what they don't know is that the only reason why you've been hurrying up so quickly to get the cookbook edited.
So that I could finish planning for school.
Yes.
That is true. I needed to get the cookbook done, and I knew if I didn't do it before
The school year.
the school year, it was not going to get done. So it's almost completed. So
What do you like that? You like the
There's-
picture that I took for the front cover?
yes, I love that picture. That's
Cool.
probably my favorite picture of all of the ones we've ever had together. So,
all right. So what are we doing with school?
I spent a couple weeks back, I spent 2 days getting this closet, which may seem like a mess, but you didn't see it beforehand. It was really chaotic. So I pulled out everything out of this closet, got rid of a bunch of old stuff that we don't use anymore, a bunch of garage sale stuff that we're gonna have, old papers, junk like that.
Everybody's got their own bucket.
Everybody has their own basket, and they all have their own blind, so they're not distracted.
I wonder whose that is.
This is Hope's, definitely.
Right.
She needs to put some of her stickers back on. They fell off.
There's Caleb's down there. His
Right.
is dragons. I like that.
His is dragons.
Show me Caleb's
All right,
dragons.
show you Caleb's.
They're a little aggressive, but still.
Now, these blinds were actually the science folders that I just cut in half. That way, it's tall enough for them to stay concentrating on their work and not be distracted by the stuff going on around them.
Okay.
Now, I also have our, all the work that we do every week goes in these folders after it's completed.
Makes it easier to grade.
Makes it easier to grade and to store. Coloring stuff, our color printer, paper. We don't have to buy the spiral notebooks probably for the next 3 years.
Wait a second. What do we have up here?
Oh, out of sight, out of mind. I actually forgot that jar has been that way for at least 6 months.
Sure.
It has.
Sure.
It has.
Why don't you tell us more about school stuff?
All right, so our construction paper and our art paper. Where's our paint stuff? Oh, our paint stuffer's right here. Coloring books. I've got a stack of stuff that I'm going to another family.
And you're ready.
Well, and then all of our curriculum here.
Which you're super happy about.
I'm super excited. So,
and that's the,
well, we're using Rod and Staff for math and Saxon math, or Math UC. I'm not sure which I'm going to do for pre-algebra yet. The golden, sorry, not the golden and beautiful, the good and the beautiful for language arts, history, and science.
and that stuff looks really cool.
Oh, it's so great. I love it. Absolutely love it. And this is another one of my favorites. English from the roots up.
A little bit of Latin.
Latin and Greek roots, and it helps kids really know their the roots to their words. So, I think that's it.
All right, so you're ready?
I think so. I just have to write out lesson plans and things like that now.
All righty.
Yep.
High five. Go brain power.
Go team.
All right, Grace. It is a hot day outside. And when it's a hot day outside, you guys try to stay inside. But do tell, what are we working on here? What do we got?
This is a pony trailer.
A pony trailer? Oh, you broke your pony trailer. It's getting away. Oh my gosh, the lions are after it. Oh, they're down. And
This is an RV.
an RV. You got a person in there.
Yeah.
Hopefully the lions don't get her. And a treasure chest full of monkey paws.
Money.
Money. All right.
$300.
$300. You're rich. Maybe you can buy less food for the lions.
$300.
All right, people, micro rant coming your way, so be warned in advance. Has to happen from time to time for Brad to achieve his maximum chi or plane of little levelness or awesome fuzzy puppiness. I don't know, whatever you want to call it. But once in a while, you gotta just go, bah. And so here it is, Barclays, the bank, Barclays. We have had a Barclays NFL credit card for 5.5 years. And now some of you out there going, well, there's your problem right off the bat, Brad. Yes, we make mistakes financially and then you pay for them, right? Well, back in the day, we were in a bind and there were some medical things that we had to deal with and we needed the money. And so we took out a credit card that was not a good deal. Not a good deal. 24%, not a good deal. Well, over the years, we kept plugging away, paying the bill, trying to pay it down, trying to pay it down, trying to pay it down. And 5.5 years later, today, we paid off that bill. Praise God. So, I thought to myself, all right, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna call them, and I'd like to go ahead and you know, seeing that I've paid them a butt ton of money in interest at 24%, maybe they owe me something like, oh, I don't know, a fair interest rate, and that way I can just go ahead and stick the credit card in the safe, and that way if there's an emergency, only if there's an emergency, I can go ahead and use that. And then it won't be highway robbery, it'll just be regular robbery, because even that interest rate, like 10% or even 8%, still pretty high. But I get it. The businesses are in, you know, business to make money. They're not in business for charity for Brad, and I understand that. But highway robbery, 24%. And I've heard of people that pay more, so trust me, I understand. It's really frustrating because they keep you at a spot where you can never get out of debt. And so we finally made it. And I call these people and I was like, hey, wait a minute. There's no person on the phone. For 20 minutes, it kept trying to get me to redial my credit card number, kept asking my social security number. I'd dial it in, and then I'd talk it in, or I'd talk it in and dial it in. For about 20 minutes, we just did the keypad thing. And then I finally get some guy who's clearly got an accent that is heavily Indian, very hard to understand, on the line. And I explained to him my situation. I'm like, hey man, you know, this is great, paid off my card. I'd like to, you know, negotiate or talk to somebody about a deal that's not just, you know, completely raking you over the coals. It's more like just mild harm. And he was just reading off a teleprompter, and I'm like, okay, I've explained this to you 3 times now. Barclays, hire people that can speak the language that you're trying to do business in. Oh, here come the kids, I hear them on the ATV. However, so I go through it a few times, and he's like, we can't do anything for you. There are no new deals. That's just the deal. Sorry, deal with it. And I said, so I want to make sure that you understand, because, you know, I love messing with these people. Try this, okay? When they tell you, we're recording your calls for quality assurance, I immediately say, well, you know what? That's good, because I'm actually recording your call. And by the way, I have a YouTube channel, and it's got a bunch of people on it that watch all these videos. So I just want you to be aware that I'm recording your call. So what was your name again? And that, stutter. So he basically tells me, we're not going to help you. So of course, I appeal to a higher power. Who's your manager? I need to talk to him because I want you to know you're getting ready to lose a lot of business, even though you've made a ton of money off me. You stand to keep my business if you do the right thing and give me a fair, horrible rate. So he puts me on hold, and then I come back, and it's clearly his line, like he just handed some dude next to him the phone. Seriously. And then he's telling me this guy's name, and I asked for his number, and he didn't really want to give me his ID number, but he gave me his ID number, probably fake. And I explained the whole story to him again. And he's like, well, we're not offering any rates, in a very, very hard to understand Indian accent. And I got nothing against the Indian people. Hey dude, get a job, that's awesome, good for you. Make some money, provide for your family. But Barclays, hire people that I can understand, and I'm pretty good at listening. So, that said, it gets down to the bottom, and I'm like, I want to make sure you understand what I'm saying to you. I've been paying usury interest rates for 5.5 years, plugging away at this debt. And you guys have made a ton of money on us, thousands of dollars in fact. And you can't tell me that you can drop my interest rate to something that's even... He's like, no, I just said, I just want to make sure I understand that, because you're going to be on YouTube tomorrow, pal. And here's why I'm hot. These companies intentionally make it nearly impossible for you to get to a person. The phone tree, like when you get in, you got to dial all these things. It took forever to get through. I explained it. Then when I get through, it's somebody that I can't understand, and there's no options. And then he's basically like, no, no, no. And they do it on purpose. So, that's it. It gets down to the bottom, and I'm like, I want to make sure you understand that, because you can't tell me that you can drop my interest rate to something that's even... He's like, no, I just said, I just want to make sure I understand that, because you're going to be on YouTube tomorrow, pal. And here's why I'm hot. These companies intentionally make it nearly impossible for you to get to a person. The phone tree, like when you get in, you got to dial all these things. It took forever to get through. I explained it. Then when I get through, it's somebody that I can't understand, and there's no options. And then he's basically like, no, no, no. And they do it on purpose. So I gotta say, the way that these businesses are doing business is making me go, you know what? Forget this. I'll figure another way around it. God will provide. And yeah, we were stuck. When we originally got the card, nobody forced us to take it, but we were stuck. We had some medical stuff. I'm just irritated to no end that they are happy to take your thousands of dollars. They're happy to make sure you pay on time, but then when you ask them for anything, there's no one to be found and no help when you get there. Barclays, there you go. So anyway, now that I've done that, cleansing breath, happy Brad's back. Let's get back to the video.
I'm feeling pretty confident that we got at least the big bugs kinks, the big kinks of bugs worked out. I think it's time to try and test with the baler on.
All right, now that was a solid test, and I'm very happy with it. It appears to me that the key might have got, like, not always, there's 3 positions. I think it got clicked back 1, and that might have been what drained the battery, but it appears to be pulling. I drove it around for a good 30 minutes, up hills, fast, slow, high, low. I don't really think I should take the baler out today, but because it's still wet, but this is a super positive thing because without this guy right here, we can't make hay. Okay, so we're pooped, but the mystery of the tractor. I'm hoping that it's, I'm pensively stroking my beard. I'm hoping that it's solved, but I won't really know until we get it out when it's dry. But I'm kind of hoping. I think it's going to be good.
Yeah, I think so too. So, don't forget to be watching for the cookbook coming out very, very soon. So.
The end.
The end.
Have a great day.
I'm Krista.
I'm not.
It's Brad.
Yeah.
This is the Big Family Homestead. You have an amazing day.
That was a smooth as silk.
Really
that was really
bad ending.
Yeah. Okay, bye.
You know what? That's okay.